spoilers. Back to my channel, Cavalier. So we are always talking about like a lot of things information wise. So this week is going to be a packed version of a lot of things. The first thing that I wanted to be talking about for you guys is Star Wars Battlefront 2 after the debacle, what happened and stuff like that. So EA came out and defended that it's not gambling, that everything is fine, loot boxes are the way to go, this is not games as services, yada yada yada. So anything to save their asses. But we all know that's not the case, and that was the kind of like it reflected on the scoring. So in the Metacritic, so people don't trust IGN. I don't trust IGN when it comes to rating. I think they defended Star Wars Battlefront 2 and the loot boxes and everything. So just remember that. And they don't give out perfect like from the heart kind of like ratings. I would rather believe Angry Joe than IGN, to be honest with you. But that's just me, that's my personal opinion. But a lot of people feel that way, and so if you want to go and see ratings for games, the Metacritic is the way to go. So there's two ratings in Metacritic. One is the critical rating, which critics give obviously, and then there's like user rating. So if you play the game, if you can go there and then talk about it, like you can give it on Steam as well, Origin. So a lot of places are there, but Metacritic is the way to go. Metacritic is a place like you can go and then give your honest opinion. Now Reddit, when Reddit is free, EA's comment was the most downvoted of all time. The same goes for Metacritic as well. This is one of the games that had lowest user rating ever. So this kind of like reflection came from their handling of the customers, how they treated their customers, and the anti-consumer practices that they did. So it should not be a surprise, right? Of course it's not. Well, this takes to my next story a little bit easier. Well, I want to talk about an analyst, a game analyst, who came out and said we are undercharged for games. Yeah, you heard me right. You are undercharged for games. $60, $80 digital deluxe editions is not enough. He says it should be more, and people should not be complaining about it. People should stop whining about it. He literally said that people should stop complaining because we are undercharged. And I'm like, okay, what's this guy all about? I want to do a research. I want to talk about him. Okay, and then I researched. So all his kind of like calculations come. It's not even calculation. So if you easily calculate it, it's gonna be dumb. So he calculates like for an hour you are getting more in a game than you get from Netflix, watching Netflix or watching YouTube, whatever you want to watch that is paid. For example, if you're going to theaters, and then if you're watching a film that is, you're getting not worthwhile effort, but at the same time if you get a game, you're getting worthwhile effort. Now I understand that. I can easily compare it with that, but what he's saying is like it's for just one game. And as gamers, we all know that's not going to be the case. We are going to buy 2 games a week, 3 games a week. We want to play everything. So we are just not going to be tied up with like one game. And for us to have like $60 worth of content, that's not enough. And for us, it's like, okay, 10 hours of campaign and then like 2 hours, 3 hours of multiplayer if it's good, more than that. So $60 is too much already, but we are paying it because we have no other choice, right? But he's saying it's underpriced. It should be more than that. Why would you accept it? It's my question. It's directly coming to you. Would you accept it? What if the games are like $100, the base game, and deluxe editions and stuff like that? You season passes, the first day DLCs, or like Paradox Interactive pouring out DLCs month after month after month after month after month, like literally the cost of the base price. Would you buy it? You tell me. You let me know in the comments down below. Alright, this guy really rubbed me off in the wrong way because he calls himself the analyst. Now this is the problem for every the original gamer, for every true gamer. We know what's at stake, we know what's there. But to a casual gamer who just comes in, for example, he might be just a massive multiplayer fan, and then he just plays those games, and then he just sees this and it's like, oh, I accept with this guy because he's an analyst. No, it's not. He's an asshole, to be honest with you, more than that. And the repercussion he's having is like, he's saying if you that increases it, if he says like the gaming price is too low and then if you have to increase it, I would have accepted it. But he said loot boxes are fine, and I'm like, he's definitely been paid by EA, period, right? So don't believe in those assholes, don't believe in those analysts. That's all I'm saying. Just don't believe in them. They are motherfucking morons. So loot boxes are never fine. Okay, not fine, never fine. And this takes me to my next story, which I want to be talking about. So loot boxes, as we talked about, Belgium kind of like declared it, but that was a wrong thing. They kind of like had a mishap on the translation, so it's not yet been confirmed. But the case is going on. Okay, don't be worried about it. The case is still going on strong. They are still looking into it, and a lot of people have been added to that kind of like ideology. Like Australia has joined in. Australia already has a thick and formidable kind of like laws, rules and regulation when it comes to loot boxes and stuff like gambling overall. So they are looking into it. France is looking into it. America is looking into it, as I said. So and everyone is looking into these things, and pretty much soon we are going to have a point where it's like, okay, we all got an information, loot boxes are bad. So maybe it's not be gambling, maybe they can't be thrown out just like that, but sometimes that kind of like regulations are there. You can't buy it if you are not 18 plus or something like that, or even like 20 plus. If they kind of do that, it's fine. That itself will hurt a lot of sales, to be honest with you. To be putting that, for example, like it's a kid game. Star Wars is kind of like a kid game. A lot of parents buys their kids their game, so everyone will be happy at that point. But then if you put loot boxes in it, if it's like 18 plus, there's a questionable mark. So even the parents will be going like, okay, it's 18 plus, I'm not going to buy it for my kid, and your sales is hurt right then and there. So you will be thinking two times the times before you put loot boxes into your games. Now this can go for a lot of things, but hey, we will see what is going there. But as I said, loot boxes are being calculated for different regions, as it like gambling or not. But at the same time, one country came out and said it's not gambling, and that is UK. Obviously, they've said this like a twice, thrice or stuff like that. But I don't really understand their point. To them, if you get like a victory pose in the loot boxes, that's not gambling because you get something in return for your money. I understand that, but I'm really asking you a question here. Look me in the eye and say everyone wants a victory pose when they open a loot boxes over an epic star card. Look me in the eyes and say no, right? So how do you expect it's not gambling? People are gonna buy. If you assure me that when they get a victory pose and they get something crap and then they get only one thing, good thing, they are not going to open another loot box. You look me in the eye and say, if they don't open it, and if you say, see, he didn't open it, I'll just shut up and then go home. Well, I'm already at home, but I'll go to another room. Tell me. No, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been talking about. Loot boxes are addictive because you're not getting anything worthwhile. Worthwhile is different. Monetary things are different. Please know the difference. All right. Now, from one scummy company to another, Activision and Bungie. Destiny 2, I'm telling you guys, I've already been telling you all about the changes. It's not that great and stuff like that. There was a problem when it launched on PC. Now that seems a good, it's all right and stuff like that. But now a new issue has come up where Bungie has been playing with kind of like a player XP to force them to go and buy loot boxes. Now, if you don't understand what is happening here, if you do some activities on Destiny 2, you will get experience. And there's a Reddit user kind of like did the calculations as someone did for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now he said you get experience first time well, second time well, and then it kind of like reduces it. But it showcases you that you earn those experience, but you don't really earn those experience. Now this is some sort of like twist thing where you are forced to buy loot boxes because you're not experiencing well. So he said that, and then he put out the maths. Now that was a long ass post, and kudos to you, whoever you are. I love you for doing these things. But Destiny 2 developers, Bungie, came out and said, oh, we know this. Oh my god, we are also so shocked and awed about these systems. I'm gonna change them. You fucking asshole. Do you believe me? Do you believe that you are a good guy here? Oh my god, Bungie came out and said this. Bungie are nice. You fucking asshole. We all know you are a greedy bastard. Don't lie to me. Don't act like you're a good guy. Don't do that. Don't play that card. No, not in these times. No, you don't play that card. But hey, you play that card. People have been like, okay, fine. They know about this. They're going to change it. And then they changed it. But not to a point where it's like, it's replaced with another thing. They underhanded their own thing. Like they kind of like made these properly, the XP earned and stuff like that earned properly. Everything is fine. Everything is good, guys. And then they changed something else. So it's a recurring problem in these teams where if there's a loot box, they are going to push you towards the loot box, not towards the actual gameplay. So what I am saying is, I bought the game for $60, right? I don't want to spend any more dollar on the game. So for example, if I'm buying a Paradox Interactive game, I want to play that base game. But now I can't play that base game because there's like 12 or 13 DLCs. People don't understand this. People are like, oh, come on, everything is fine. But I can't play that game if something else. So it's just like, okay, without that gameplay aspect, you can't play the game perfectly like the others. Okay, then I want to buy that gameplay aspect. How much is it? Oh, just as a base game. I'm like, okay, I get that. And then there's like another DLCs coming. That has gameplay active. Okay, fine, give me that. How much it is? Same as the base game. I'm like, then why the fuck you have a base game, right? If I buy the base game, you should be like put an incentive. Like, okay, the base game is enough for you. You can play the game as others are playing. The DLCs just add story-wise. The gameplay just add like a lot of different stuff. That's it. No problem. All right, fine. But it's not like that. So that's my question with this. $60 I spend on the game. That's it. That should be my price. You should not force me to buy another anything. So it's like Bright Ingram. I don't care about it. I don't give a rat's ass about it. Give my experience back to me. I'll take care of it. And if the game is really good, don't get me wrong, if the game is really, really, really good, I'll buy something else. No, not loot boxes. Don't get me wrong, never a loot box from this guy. Never. But I'm saying, like, if you are playing a free-to-play game and then you like that game and you want to support the developer, you'll give it, right? Like Warframe, Path of Exile and stuff like that. Even those games to most content, like it's just cosmetics, not like gameplay changes stuff. And then it's embarrassing to see a $60 game doing like this. I played Path of Exile for 12 hours rather than watching someone play Star Wars Battlefront 2 and getting stuck because they don't have a star card as the opponent do. I'm like, you see the difference, right? So all I can say is, guys, this is bullshit. Destiny 2 is kind of like going on the wrong path. People are calling out on their bullshit and they're like, oh, I know that. I know that bullshit. I'll change that. And then they're changing it to another bullshit. That's it. Like the bullshit. And in the end, you're not going to enjoy the game. They're going to keep doing this because they can make money. So just stop it. Go home. Don't play the game anymore. And the analysts, don't believe in any analysts. Assholes. Star Wars Battlefront 2 has the lowest user score on Metacritic, so that's really nice to see. That's pretty much it on this week coverage of all the news that has been happening in the gaming industry as a whole. Next week I'll see you with another set of kind of like this one. I don't know what I'll do, but you know, I'll come up with something. Come on, I'm awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button if you like this video. Share the video with your family. Subscribe to the channel for this gaming, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.
Let it go.